You already know what it feels like. That moment at the end of the month when you look at your bank account and feel that quiet, creeping dread. You worked hard, you gave everything you had, and somehow, it still doesn't feel like enough. You're not lazy, you're not irresponsible, you're just trapped in a system that was never designed to set you free. And here's the thing nobody tells you. The people who actually break free from that cycle, they didn't work harder. They worked differently. They stopped trading every single hour of their life for a paycheck and started building something that works even when they're sleeping, even when they're sick, even when they're sitting on a beach doing absolutely nothing. That's what passive income actually is. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how it works, step by step, in the simplest way possible, because this isn't complicated. People just make it sound complicated to keep you confused and dependent. But before I go any deeper, I want you to know there are related programs linked down below in the video description. Thousands of people are already inside those resources right now, using them to completely transform their financial lives. This information exists. The tools exist. The only question is whether you'll use them or scroll past and wonder a year from now why nothing changed. We'll come back to that at the end. Right now, let's talk about you. Because I see you, I genuinely do. You wake up tired before your day even starts, you go through the motions, work, traffic, dinner, sleep, repeat. And somewhere deep down there's this voice asking, is this really it? Is this what I worked so hard for? You had dreams, big ones, you still do. But they feel further away every single day. Meanwhile, you scroll through your phone and you see people living differently, traveling, laughing, talking about money coming in while they were on vacation. And part of you thinks, that can't be real. Or worse, maybe it's real, but it's just not possible for someone like me. Stop right there. That thought, that exact thought, is the most expensive belief you will ever hold because it's not true. Here's what is true. Passive income is not a myth. It is a mathematical reality. And the people building it aren't smarter than you. They just started. Let me paint you a picture of what this actually looks like in real life. Imagine it's a Tuesday morning. You don't set an alarm, you wake up naturally, light coming through the window. You reach for your phone not because you're anxious, but because you're curious. And you see notifications, revenue notifications, money that came in while you were sleeping. Not thousands necessarily, at least not at first, but enough. Enough that you don't feel that panic. Enough that you feel something you haven't felt in years. Control. That feeling is real. And it's achievable. But it starts with understanding one simple concept. You need to build assets, not just earn income. An asset is something that works for you. Your job is not an asset. Your job disappears the second you stop showing up. An asset keeps generating value whether you show up or not. The most powerful passive income streams in today's world include things like digital products, content that earns ad revenue, affiliate partnerships, automated systems that sell for you while you sleep. None of these require you to be a genius. None of them require a huge upfront investment. What they require is a decision. A real one. The kind where you stop waiting for the perfect moment and start. Now let me be honest with you about something. Most people who try to build passive income fail in the first month. Not because it doesn't work, but because they approach it the wrong way. They try to do everything at once. They spread themselves thin, they get overwhelmed, they quit, and then they go back to their old life telling themselves it just wasn't meant for them. That's not failure, that's a setup. And the setup happens because nobody gave them a real roadmap. The people who actually succeed, the ones with consistent passive income flowing month after month, they didn't figure it out by accident. They followed systems. Proven, tested, repeatable systems. They found what was already working and they plugged into it instead of trying to reinvent everything from scratch. Think about the time you've already spent. Think about the hours poured into a job that won't love you back. 5 hours a week redirected toward building a passive income stream. Over 12 months, that's 260 hours of building something that could potentially earn for years. The cost of inaction isn't just financial. It's the weight of knowing you had the information and didn't act on it. Here's where it gets really interesting. The biggest misconception about passive income is that you need money to make money. Wrong. The most scalable income streams today are built on knowledge, creativity, and consistency. Not capital, not connections, not luck. Someone who understands a topic, any topic, can package that knowledge into a digital format, put it in front of the right people, and create income that flows continuously. Someone who creates helpful content consistently can generate advertising revenue and affiliate income that grows over time. Someone who builds simple automated systems can generate sales around the clock without a physical storefront, without employees, without inventory. This is the economy we're living in right now. The barrier to entry has never been lower, and yet most people are still standing at the door waiting for permission to walk in. Here's your permission, walk in. But let's address the fear, because I know it's there. What if I invest time and it doesn't work? What if I'm not the type of person who can pull this off? What if I try and I fail and everyone sees? Those fears are normal. Every single person who has ever built something worthwhile felt exactly what you're feeling right now. The difference between those who made it and those who didn't isn't confidence. It's action taken in spite of fear. The people earning passive income right now aren't extraordinary. They're ordinary people who got tired of waiting and decided to try. Some of them started with nothing. Some of them had failed before. Some of them doubted themselves every single step of the way. But they kept going, and now they have something they can't imagine living without. Options, freedom, peace. That peace is worth more than any paycheck. Imagine not dreading Monday morning. Imagine knowing that even if your job disappeared tomorrow, you'd be okay. Imagine having the freedom to say yes to the things that matter, the trips, the memories, the time with the people you love, because money is no longer the thing standing between you and your life. That's not a fantasy. That's a result. A result that comes from taking the right steps in the right order with the right guidance. The numbers don't lie. People who diversify their income beyond a single paycheck report lower stress levels, higher life satisfaction, and significantly greater financial stability during unexpected events. One income stream is fragile. Multiple streams, especially passive ones, create resilience. The people who weathered economic uncertainty the best weren't the ones who worked harder at one job. They were the ones who had income coming from multiple directions. You can build that, starting right now, starting today. Here's the pattern that actually works. Pick one stream. Just one. Learn everything about it. Build it consistently for 90 days. Don't jump to the next thing. Don't get distracted. Give it 90 real days of focused effort. What happens in those 90 days is not magic. It's momentum. And momentum, once it starts, is incredibly hard to stop. The foundation matters more than the speed. Build it right the first time and it will keep paying you. Build it carelessly and you'll be starting over again and again. Which brings me back to what I mentioned at the beginning. The programs linked below in the video description exist because most people need more than inspiration. They need structure. They need the exact path laid out clearly, with every step already figured out, every mistake already accounted for, every shortcut already mapped. These resources have helped people go from overwhelmed and stuck to building real, consistent passive income streams. But here's what I need you to understand. Information without action is just entertainment. Reading about passive income, watching videos about it, nodding along, and then closing the tab and going back to the same routine, that's not transformation. That's distraction. And you've been distracted long enough. The resources are there. The path is clear. What happens next is entirely up to you. Go check the description right now, before this moment passes, before the urgency fades and the old excuses rush back in. The version of you that finally has financial breathing room is one decision away. Make it